So all great production days here at Media Unlocked are started with a little thing we like to call a cup of joe. So this keeps me going all day long. So we got a long production day ahead of us today, and I thought I would blog and kind of walk you guys through it because I know you guys kind of like seeing all that type of stuff. So we're working on a basic photography course that we're actually going to be selling pretty reasonably. I think we're going to sell for like 15 bucks, and it's going to be 5 videos of a lot of good information for amateur, even intermediate photographers, and trying to help you guys out and getting to that manual setting, getting off of JPEG and automatic and onto RAW and manual, and be able to maybe make some money with your craft. And that's what we're going to try to help you guys out here. So we're working on part, I think, 3 of 5 or 6. I don't know if you guys have seen Cass yet, but she's one of the new people here at Media Unlocked. She's been helping me out a lot with photography-based stuff. She actually has a degree. I don't even have a degree in photography, as you guys probably know, but this lady right here has a 4-year degree. So I thought I'd just take you guys through everything. As you guys can see, we're getting equipment set up here for the shoot. We got our backdrop. We thought we'd make it interesting and throw some pictures up, and there's the boom mic for a little bit later when we start shooting. And then I just finished up with 2 tutorials, one for Mac, one for PC, on the workflow using LR time-lapse software for time-lapse motion pictures. So that's going to be coming out here soon. That'd be pretty cool. And I guess we'll catch up with you guys a little bit later on when we got some more stuff to talk about. Today's lesson that we're working on for this basic photography course that I was talking about earlier, we are working on the aperture or f-stop and the shutter speed. And right now what we're doing is, as we talk, there are going to be extras and things that we need to do after the video, like we talk about how the f-stop works on a, like a 32 f-stop versus a 2.8 f-stop, wide open versus closed almost, very, very slim. And we need to take pictures to show those different aspects. So therefore we kind of write them down after each part of the lesson so that we remember to take care of that down the road, because we don't necessarily do everything in chronological order, because it would just be very difficult to do. So Cass is writing down all the different stuff that we're going to have to take pictures and videos of later. Like we show you guys how aperture works in this video, and actually show you a lens and actually show you how it works. So therefore we're going to need to get a close-up of that so you guys can really see what it looks like in this series. So, and then I'm also rendering out the LR time-lapse stuff right now, and backing up footage and doing all kinds of stuff. So today's been pretty productive so far. So we're about to be finished up with our aperture lesson, and we're going to dive right into the shutter speed lesson. And that's kind of how it's going at the moment. And when this is finally available, which will be probably a month or more after you probably see this video, then of course there'll be a link down below for you guys to go purchase it if you want, of course. And yeah, so that's where we're at right now. I gotta switch out some cards and set up the mic again, and we're going to be jumping right into the next part of what we're teaching in our basic photography course. So we got our dedicated camera over here, and this keeps falling down
every single
it's
time.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
We got our monitor, so she's able to see what she's doing and talking about as she talks as well. She can keep up with her time limit, because you guys know on DSLRs you get that 12 minutes or 4 gigabytes of information, and then it's kaput until you start over again. So I'm running the boom over on this side. We got the lights set up. We got a nice backdrop going on. Checking the histogram over here to make sure the histogram's where we want it at. A lot of different things that go into making sure that the video looks nice and clean and HD in a manner of speaking. So we're using our 3 little newer, I can't remember even what this is the newer CN160 lights, which, 30 bucks. I have a review on those, so if you guys want to check that out, I'll throw it up there. So we're going to dive right into our next little piece, our section of a section of a section of the basic photography course here with Aperture. So, all right, record, audio's good, so you always want to check your audio. We're using a field recorder for this, something a little bit nicer, and of course, when you're shooting with a boom mic, one thing you really want to make sure you're doing is making sure you know where your limits are. Like right here, this is actually in the shot. So if I know I'm like about right here, this is as close as I can get to her mouth to capture her audio, words coming out of her mouth, and And so I know I can't go any lower than that or we'll get in the shot, and then we gotta reshoot it. It's not fun when you gotta do that. Not at all. And so, recording, good. I've been talking, so.
We're good to go?
Yep.
All right.
So dive right into it, Miss Cass.
Take 2, I can't remember.
Yes, the second take.
Okay. Camera settings for aperture, take 2. You can take control of your own camera and change your settings. So check that out in the extras folder, and we'll see you in our lesson.
Good. Let's do one more take, and at the end, kind of hard that it's going to be. Let's go over, not necessarily go over the cameras, but let's do Canon and Nikon is what we're going to be explaining, just in case you get that person with the Sony or Pentax, like, oh, maybe this time, you know, and then there's like, oh,
no, we're doing
it's
the
just
same.
Nikon and Canon.
Yeah.
So,
deal.
And you know, always remember that if it's, you know, you can always be like, I don't know why people don't realize this, because I get questions a lot like this. Google, like typing in an exact phrase like, how do I change my aperture for my Sony camera? And then put the model number in, boom, you get an answer.
Yeah.
Because I've had people ask me questions and I'm like,
I
don't even know the answer for your camera, but guess what? I can go Google your camera, memorize the information, and then send you a message explaining how to do that in your camera.
Yeah.
Because I've helped a fair amount of Nikon people out. So we have finished most of our shooting that we wanted to get done today, but unfortunately, is it trying to autofocus on me? This camera's trying to hold on, there we go. No camera. Bad. You do not autofocus during video production. Anyways, so we just finished up what we were trying to knock out today, minus a few things. You know, when you're doing shoots, try to give yourself as much time as possible, because you're probably going to need way more than what you expected. But the US of A needs our cheering, and I need a beer, I think, even though it's midday. I feel like it's beer and soccer time, so we got to wrap it up for the day. Thankfully, we have enough time over the next couple days to knock out the rest of the stuff that we wanted to get done today, but we're not able to. And so, yep, I'm heading to watch the soccer game, and then I'm back at the studio finishing up on backing up footage, editing, and all that stuff. So, you know, I'll come back at you guys a little bit later on this afternoon. Cass is finishing up for the day, and
hooray beer!
Yeah, hooray
it's beer time.
It is definitely of beer time nature. So
beer 30.
Beer 30. So, anyways, I'll see you guys later. So it's another glorious day here at Media Unlock Studios. We just finished doing, I guess, some of the small insert takes that we're doing for the basic photography course that we're going to add in, close-up, stuff like that. We did all that this morning, and I didn't really have time to vlog it because we were kind of time crunched. So now I've got to pick up the studio, which honestly the studio is not too messy, as you guys can see. It's not too bad right now. I got to go through and pick up all that and my external mics and stuff, and I got to pack all this up onto my shelving up in this general area, and then go through and get ready for tomorrow, because we're going to be doing the lesson plan for the basic photography. We're actually going to go out in the field and have lessons for people out there that end up maybe getting the basic photography course down the line. There'll be an actual lesson that walks you through stuff, so we'll do the best we can on holding your hand and teaching you as much as possible. So yeah, so not much is really going on so far today. Right now I'm doing a big backup on the computer, and as you guys can see here, and I'm just backing up all the files and everything and putting them in the correct folders. And that's, I mean, that seems like half the battle sometimes when you're doing bigger projects. I mean, we have, let's see here, let me just pull this up, and I mean, we've got like all these different folders right here. I don't even know if you guys can see that. So, and these are all the different folders I'm now organizing and setting up future workflow sets so that I will, maybe we need to change the ISO a little bit. There we go. So I'll be able to easily edit it to make it as simplistic as possible in the editing, because it's going to probably take me, we'll probably end up shooting most of it before I even start editing it, because I got so many other projects I'm working on right now. Anyways, pretty good day so far, so kind of take you through it as stuff, be it exciting or be it not exciting, happens. Finishing up here today at the office, about finished, and thought I would just talk a little bit about an issue I had today. So I use the Camtasia Studio to do screen recording. At least recently started, and I noticed that I was having problems on my Mac in getting the right frame rate or frame size because it was always coming out distorted, and or it would not, when it exported, it would, if you did like 1920 by 1080, it would shrink it down like way too much. I couldn't figure out why. There were no really good answers on the internet, and so I had to spend like half of a day. Pretty much today, quite a few hours trying to figure out how to fix it, and then I just made a tutorial for it, teaching you guys how to do such a thing. So if any of you guys use Camtasia Studio 2, tutorials coming your way. If it's not already out, if it's out, we'll go and put it up right here. But it would be coming your way here soon, explaining for Mac users how to get the best quality out of it that I've been able to find so far. But yeah, so things like that happen to me. I just like get caught up, and I got to spend like half of a day like working on stuff that I just didn't plan to. So I didn't get nearly as much done today, and that's why I didn't blog as much as like I was hoping to, because I was so caught up in trying to fix this issue. Because I'm trying to get, again, another tutorial I'm putting out right now is one on LR time lapse. It's a software that helps you with your time lapses, and it's amazing. So I'm putting a Mac and a PC version up. If that's out, throw that up there as well. I don't know when this blog's going up at all, so just blogging. So that was like the last 2 days of work. Working on this basic photography course that I'm working on LR time lapse, and working on a impromptu Camtasia Studio tutorial so that you can get good export or rendering quality out of it. So that's pretty nice. Anyways, so that's what's going on, and like I'm done for the day, I guess, and that's it for the blogging, and I'll be blogging soon. As always, leave me comments if you guys like this stuff, because it's not like my favorite thing to do by any means, but I know a lot of people like this type of stuff. So if you guys like it, let me know, and I'll try to keep doing this every so often. So